call him Steve, and then the baby mama, I'm gonna call her Ashley. I wrote it down because I gotta, I gotta remember these names because I don't want to mess around and say their real names. Because I ain't trying to make it spark up some old drama. I don't think it will because this story is old as heck. But anyway, so I'm gonna just start off with how I met Steve. Basically, I met him through a friend. My homegirl, she was dating or talking to his homeboy, and so one time he came. My friend, the guy that she was talking to, he came to go visit her. So he brought a friend, and I was just the extra. You know how you be the extra person, you just get set up. I hate stuff like that, y'all. So I was just the extra person, and I got set up or whatever. So it's like the whole time. So they came to town or whatever, and my friend, the whole time that they were talking, he was just talking, and he just, y'all, you know how it's just like, I used to just always have this attitude like not interested, and that's how it was that night. It's just like anything he said, basically not interested, not interested. So I was just being like rude. Like, I'm not proud of that, but that's how I used to be, y'all. I was just being rude. I'm like, not interested, not interested. So you know, we ended up exchanging numbers after the night or whatever. And so they left the next day. He had my number, you know, he called me, texted me, you know, we talked, whatever. So then it wasn't long after that that I started receiving phone calls. Like, they were just private or blocked, you know, somebody blocking their phone number, but they weren't saying anything. So it's like they were trying to listen to see who I was. So one day I just started receiving like random phone calls, and when I'm answering, I'm like, hello, the person's not saying anything. So mind you, I didn't even say this. When I first met the guy, he never mentioned that he had a child and one on the way. So that's 2 kids basically. He never mentioned that. You know, it's funny how guys always forget to mention, you know, like, I got kids, or I got a girlfriend, or I'm married, or something like that. You know, they always forget to mention that. But anyway, so yeah, he didn't mention any of that. So it wasn't long before I was getting phone calls, like somebody was playing on my phone, and then when I would answer the phone, they wouldn't say anything. So I'm just like, okay. So then later on that day, I got a text message, basically just stating, you know, the text message from the baby mama, basically stating, I don't know who you are, whatever, whatever, but me and Steve, we talk, you know, we're still dealing with each other, we live together, blah, 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 I'm pregnant, got a baby on the way, you know, whatever. So I'm just like, you know, at this point, I didn't even engage in anything with her. I was just like, I'm gonna, you know, talk to him. So I didn't engage in anything with her. I talked to him about it, and of course, you know, he wants to admit, like, yeah, you know, that's my baby mama. Yeah, I have kids or whatever. We're not together. Of course, y'all, we're not together. What was he like? You know, we're not together. I want to be with her. I'm just being nice to her because she has nowhere to go or whatever. Like, you know, when she got pregnant, basically her folks put her out, so she has nowhere to go, and I'm just being nice to her. That's basically how he put it, how he said. So I'm just like, okay, and you know, me and him just, you know, he'll come, you know, hang out with me or whatever, because we live like 45 minutes apart. So he'll drive, come see me, and I really never drove to see him at first, and then it got to the point where I would. So then that was the first incident. So it wasn't long after that before, you know, we were still dealing with each other, you know. I was so dumb, but everybody has to learn. That's why I'm mature now, and I'm not putting up with anybody's crap. But I was so dumb. So anyway, so yeah, the next incident, y'all, okay, so she played on my phone the first time. Me and him were still dealing with each other. Somehow, y'all, this girl was so, you know how somebody is so smart that they dumb. Basically, she was smart. She had the investigation skills on lock, like for real, for real. So she knew that we were still dealing with each other. So the next step she did, y'all, baby mama put my phone number out on the internet. Like, I'm not lying. So, and I'm probably not naming these incidents like in order, but I know the first thing she did was play on my phone, and then the next thing she did was put my number out on the internet. So I remember one day, and I'm in college at this time, so I remember one day I'm in college, and these random numbers just hit me up, just texting me, you know, texting me about, like want to sleep with me. Y'all, this, I cannot kid you not. Random people just texting me. So this guy texted me and was just like, basically trying to hit me up, trying to see what's up. Cause she put a little ad out like I was a little hoe or whatever on the internet, and I was looking for a good time and this, that, and the third. And it's just weird, y'all. People actually respond to that stuff. So this guy, he responded to it. Well, I had like 2 or 3 people text me. But one guy, I was like, what is this about? The third guy that texted me, I interacted back and forth with. I'm trying to see what's going on. And he told me, he was like, okay, I'm going to send this to you. And he sent me the little thing that she put up, my phone number and all this, and how I'm a hoe, and I'm looking for this, and I'm looking for that. So I'm just like, okay. Y'all, so that same day, I changed my phone number. So I'm like, okay, I changed my phone number. Y'all, after I changed my phone number, I should have been done. Like, I should have been done. Like, shawty low, y'all, I should have been done. But, I'm just like, okay, like, so she put my number on the internet. I changed my number. I'm like, cool. So, I'm good. So then the next thing she did, and all this wasn't like in one day. This was months, because me and the guy, we dealt with each other for at least like a year and a half or 2 years. I want to say it was like probably 2 years. So all this stuff is like gradually happening. This didn't all happen in one day. She didn't do all this stuff in a month. Like, she let months go by, like, where she didn't mess with me, and then she did. So it was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So, so anyway, yeah, so then this is when Twitter used to be big. So y'all, let me tell you what she used to do. She used to stalk my Twitter. So like she would just look at, like, I think on Twitter, and I don't know, I don't have a Twitter, I deleted my Twitter, but you could search somebody's name and you could see when people at them and what they say and that, because I started, like, when I realized that she was stalking my Twitter, I made my account private. But she used to get her friends to try to send me requests on there, to try to follow me. I used to get random friend requests on Facebook. She used to send me requests on Facebook or whatever. And then, she would stalk my Twitter. So I remember one day, I was sitting in class, I had a night class, and she was searching my name, so she seen where somebody had added me and said something to me or whatever. And it was a girl that I work with, and she just happened to be in the class that I was in. And so she looked at me and she said, who is, and we're in class at this time, so she's like trying to whisper it to me. And she said the baby mama's Twitter name. And I told her, I was like, she's like, do you know this girl or whatever? And I was like, yeah. And basically the girl had like, had added her and said something like, Kara being a hoe, or she being this, or she being that. Like, y'all, this girl was harassing me. Like, I have never in my life got harassed to this point by a female over a guy. Like, this will go down in history as the time where I just got harassed the most over one guy. So yeah, she was just like, Kara probably out being a hoe and this, that, and the third, and like, or whatever, not knowing that the girl, like, even though we worked together, we wasn't like close or whatever, we were good friends, like we had class together, we worked together. So she like, she was like, don't worry about it, Kara. She's like, I'm gonna handle it or whatever. And she just was like, she added her back and was just like, what she put on her Twitter, she was like, shout out to the crazy baby mama that's in my mentions or whatever like that. And she added her and was like, you want attention or whatever, so you got it, so I gave it to you. So that was it. She didn't say nothing else. So that was another incident. So I'm just trying to paint the picture of everything that built up and led me to go pull up on her. So this is just building up. And anybody who knows me knows I'm the type of person where you have to, like, you have to do multiple things. Like, I'm not one person where one thing can just set me off. Like, it has to be a build up of things, like a cluster of things to build up. So this incident, y'all, this really, really made me mad. So it was my birthday. And so mind you, I said she used to stalk my Twitter. And when I found out, I made my account private. So through Twitter, she found out that I used to, at the time, I drove an Altima. She didn't know what year my Altima was. She didn't know what color it was, anything like that. So it was my birthday. And um, me and my friend, she took me to the casino for my birthday. So I went to the casino, and I'm trying to think. Yeah, so we went to the casino or whatever, and so the guy that I was talking to, Steve, he lived 45 minutes away. So the casino was in his hometown. And yeah, so I didn't even see him. Now, mind you, somehow she figured out I was going to the casino for my birthday. Now, I think I got to the point where I was getting a little fed up, so I wasn't like messing with her, but I think I let my post be public so that she could just see that I was just living life and she wasn't affecting me. So she seen that I was going to the casino for my birthday, and she automatically assumed that I was going to be with him. And at this time, I wasn't. I was with my homegirl. So she assumed. So anyway, I went to the casino. Then after that, I went back to my dorm room, went back, whatever. So the next morning, she calls early in the morning, and then she texts this Steve's homeboy and says, I just messed up Kara's car. And so I'm thinking my friend, I think she was with the homeboy at the time, and she called me and she was like, did you spend the night, at so-and-so place last night? Was you with him last night? And I was like, no, I went to the casino or whatever, and I'm back, in my dorm room. I'm back in Mobile. And so she was like, oh, because Ashley just talking about she messed up your car or whatever. And I'm like, I'm looking outside my car and I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with my car. I was like, ain't nothing wrong with my car. She didn't mess up my car. So anyway, y'all, she went to his apartment that he had, and she basically messed up a car that she thought was mine. It was an Altima, but it wasn't my car. So like I said, she didn't know what year, what color, anything. So she seen an Altima, and it was parked kind of like outside of where he lived at. She assumed it was mine. She flattened all the tires. She broke the windshield. She put sugar in the tank. Like, she keyed the car, everything, y'all, and it wasn't even my car. And the guy at the time, that I was talking to, like, for some reason, I don't know, his neighbors pinned, because I guess they knew his baby mama was just crazy. His neighbors pinned all that on him, and somehow he got questioned by the police about it, like when they were investigating it. And even though knowing that she did it, he stood up and took up for her and was just like, he didn't know who did it. And I was just like, that was your opportunity to put this crazy female away. So I'm starting to think at this point, like, I was like, something's wrong, like, because at this point, I understand that's your baby mama, but right is right, wrong is wrong, and she completely messed up somebody's car to the point where their car wasn't drivable anymore. And it was like, what she did to the car was a federal offense. So, he was just like, he didn't know what happened to the car or whatever. And he was just like, laughing about the whole situation. It was just like, well, it wasn't your car or whatever. And I'm just like, that's not the point. Like, this girl did this because she thought this was my car. And maybe to some people, they'll laugh and they wouldn't be upset. But more and more things are building up, y'all. And I'm getting pissed. I'm like, she really crossed the line over a guy. Like, y'all, over a guy. So I'm just like, she really, really crossed the line. So I remember one day, me and my homegirl, like, we was always together. I always say, like, sometimes I look back and I'm like, I don't know how I made it through college, because a lot of us, we stayed in each other's dorm room. Or my freshman and sophomore year, like, we stayed just in each other's dorm room instead of like doing homework, whatever. So, I didn't start taking this serious to my junior and senior year, so I was ready to get out of there. But anyway, so it was one day, I remember we were just chilling. It was me and two other my friends, and we were just chilling in my dorm room, and all of a sudden, the baby mama, I don't know how, y'all, I really don't know for the life of me how she got my friend's phone number. And my friend was basically, she was the one that was talking to Steve's homeboy. So she got my friend's phone number, and she was just like harassing her. Now, we found out earlier in that day that the baby mama and Steve had got into like a whole little incident or whatever, like where the police was called, some little crazy whatever. So he wasn't talking to her at all, like ain't want nothing to do with her. So in the midst of that, she going crazy, y'all. So her crazy ass starts harassing me and my friends, which we have nothing to do with the situation, nothing. She just miserable at that time, so she trying to make us miserable and trying to get us riled up and get us upset. So she's just harassing like my friend. She start playing on her phone, start calling her, because mind you, at this time she don't have my phone number because I changed it. So she harassing, she calling or whatever, just talking shit, just talking cash money shit, talking about my friend, just, and my friend ain't got nothing to do with the situation. Now, mind you, she was cool with Steve, but, my friend was, but she has nothing to do with the situation. We have nothing to do with y'all's little domestic situation y'all had earlier this day. So she just talking shit, to my friend, and she talking shit about me. And at this point, y'all, I was fed up. I'm sitting here thinking of all the stuff that the girl has did to me. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that she has done to me, and I have not done anything to her. So I'm just like, all right. I was like, y'all ready? Like we finna just pull up on her and see what's up, because it just got to the point. I didn't even say the fact of, she, was send me messages, y'all. I was looking before I did the story time, looking back on my messenger on Facebook, and I still have messages from 2012 where this girl was harassing me, and I thought about inserting it, but I was like, I'm not gonna do that. But I still have messages on Messenger where this girl was harassing me, like, and I'm just like, I'm to the point where I'm fed up. Like this girl, now she messing with my friends that have nothing to do with it. She harassing me. This has been going on for months. I'm tired of it. I have nothing to do with what they got going on. He's telling me he don't deal with her or whatever, which at this point, I feel like me pulling up on her had nothing to do with him. I don't feel like it was over, I was fighting over him. At this point, I'm fighting for my, like, bitch, you better stop messing with me type shit. So literally, y'all, it was funny because I had on a wig, which I said, like, I used to wear wigs back in the day. I didn't care before it became a thing. So I had on a wig, and I was just like, nah, I'm not finna go up there with no wig on, y'all. So I took my wig off, had my little braids on under it, had my bandana tied, got my sweats, whatever, I'm ready to go. And it's funny, my friend, she followed suit. Like she tied her hair back, like we all tied our hair back. And I remember I had another friend that me and her went to college together. We didn't know we were going to college together, but we grew up basically together, elementary through high school. And I remember I told her, I'm like, we finna ride out, we finna ride out to Mississippi, which was like 45 minutes away. I was like, we finna ride out. At this point, all my friends that I was hanging with knew this girl had been harassing me for months. And I was just like, I'm tired of it. We finna ride out. We finna fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, I'm just sick of her messing with me, messing with my friends. So we was all down. Y'all, it's stupid. If you riding to go do something, why would you just ride with one or two people? No, we about to have a car full, because we don't know who you have, but we know who we have and what we coming with. So y'all, looking back, it was crazy, but I was mad. We was all mad because all my friends know that I'm the type of person, I never harass people. I never start drama with people. It's like anytime somebody didn't like me, it was always over a boy. Since like middle through high school, people had drama with me, it was over a guy. So I'm just like, I'm dealing with this as an adult, like I'm in college. So y'all, we was literally, okay, so we told her, we was like, we finna pull up on you or whatever. So we sitting and we waiting for her address, because at this point we don't know where she live at. And so Steve, he so petty. He was like, mad they had went through something or whatever. Like he gave us her address. So it was just like, okay, we good. So we hear her up now, like we on our way or whatever. So she just calling our phone, we calling her, making sure, she calling my friend phone, and we calling her just to make sure, like, it's set, we down there. I mean, we get ready to come down there, what's up? So y'all, it was so funny. So I'll never forget, she had called my friend's phone, And my other friend was like, give me the phone. And mind you, this is the girl that I grew up with, so she know how I am, how I don't start drama, none of that. And I remember her getting on the phone. She was like, where you at, ho? She was like, you been fucking with my friend over a nigga. She was like, what did she say? She was like, I ain't ate yet. She was like, I'm liable to bite this whole head off. Y'all, when I said we were all just cracking up and laughing or whatever. So I remember, so y'all, we had to be really pissed to ride like 45 minutes to fight somebody. So we riding or whatever the whole time, just y'all, like just listening to hype music, just getting hype. Y'all, it's so lame when I think about it. We just getting hype or whatever. And I'll never forget, like, Melanie Fiona had that song 4 a.m. and my friend just bust out in song. She was like, it's 4 a.m. and my lover won't answer. He's probably somewhere with Kera. It was all just like singing and laughing. So anyway, so we pull up to this girl apartment because like I said, mind you, Steve gave us her address. So we pull up to her apartment after all that and we call her. No answer, y'all. Nothing. We called her, it was nothing. So got out the car, knocked on her door, just standing there. Nothing, y'all. Now, mind you, this is a girl who's been harassing me for months. Like, harassing me for months. Telling me, like, the only time I need to say something to her for real is when I'm pulling up, when I'm in her city. So, you know what I'm saying? So, we hit her up, like, where you at? Now, at this point, I'm not hitting her up from my phone because I don't look crazy as to have my phone number. So, you know, like, where you at? You know, we here or whatever. We texting her, where you at? You know, we done knocked on the door, where you at, y'all? She didn't come out. She wasn't home. She left her house because she knew we was on our way there. And mind you, this is the person who has been asking for a fight. So y'all, we just riding around to anywhere we think she would be at, and she's nowhere to be found. This girl is nowhere, like literally. We just like, okay, after like an hour of riding around trying to find where she at, we just like, you know what? It ain't even, you know, a fight ain't finna happen today. We not, you know, I'm not finna get my fade with this girl. Like, we not finna fight, none of that. So we might as well head back. We all got class the next day, y'all. This just was such a dumb decision. We wasn't thinking, but hey, what do you got your friends for? Like, my friends knew that I didn't do anything. I didn't mess with people and shit. They was trained to go. Like, they was ready to go. Like, they was more upset, I think, than I was. Because the girl had been literally harassing me for months. So, anyway, we decided, like, she was never going to meet us. So, we was just like, okay, we finna drive back to school or whatever. So we drove back. I went to college in Mobile, Alabama. So we drove back and we got to drive an hour, 45 minutes to an hour back to school. So mind y'all not, like 50 minutes later, she started calling my friend's phone. Like, where y'all at? Y'all was gonna try to jump me and this, that, and the third. I wanted y'all to come to where I was at because I was gonna run y'all all over and this, that, and the third, just talking cash money shit. And we like, bitch, like, we was just in your city. Like, we was just there and you wasn't answering the phone. Like, it's over with, y'all. It's over. So that situation died or whatever. And then come to find out, to make a long story short, like, me and him still dealt with each other for a few months afterwards. Come to find out that he was talking and dealing with both of us. So I remember one time I went to like a party at one of my friends' apartments. You know, in college, they always had those parties that was in the apartments, the campus apartments that always got shut down or whatever. So they had a party, and I remember I called him after I left the party, and baby mama answered the phone. And you know, at this point, out of all the months and stuff that she just seemed crazy and harassing me, I actually seen that baby mama was a normal person, y'all. She was a normal person, and she wasn't as crazy as I was thinking. I mean, hell, she was crazy because some of the stuff that she did, because she thought, you know, because me and him was dealing with each other. But, you know, then she seen that, you know, we was just talking and he was talking to both of us. So, y'all, that's the story about when I had to pull up. Well, really, me and my friends had to pull up because it's dumb. Like, if you're gonna ride to some drama, why would you ride by yourself? So anyway, it's a moment I'm not proud of, but it happened, And I know my mom must see it, so sorry, mama. But anyway, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, y'all, I'm sweating. It's hot in here. Bye.